Welcome to the Late Night Gamer, and today I'm going to attempt to play through a game which I have wanting to play through for a long time, and I've been actively seeking out a copy, which is quite a hard job because it's out of print many places. And I'm of course talking about Field Commander Napoleon from DVG. It is a purely solitary game and also the predecessor of a game which I have featured on my channel before, Field Commander Rommel. After Rommel, DVG came out with Field Commander Alexander, featuring Alexander the Great, and after that it was Napoleon. So there has been quite a bit of development or evolution in the game system from Rommel and up to Napoleon, which I hope to show you. So yeah, without further ado, let's open up the box and see what's inside. So let's have a look at the maps. Quite thick, sturdy stuff with a glossy finish. So they look beautiful. I really like these maps. You can clearly see where the country or the map is divided into regions, and you can see cities like this, and there are some instructions for the gameplay. So there are 7 of these maps in the game, and it starts in Italy in 1796, goes onward in Egypt in 1798, which is the next one, 1800 back in Italy. Here it's 1805 and 1809, and this is clearly Germany. Well, in between there's 1806 in northern parts of Germany, and 1813 as well, and in 1812 it is Napoleon's campaign in Russia. Well, before that it's 1807 in Spain, and finally of course the 2 battles of Waterloo. So no complaints. I mean, component wise this is excellent stuff. So I must make a confession, because this is going to be the game which I feature on my channel which I have played the least before. I have not played an entire campaign, so that's going to be interesting. Having not played a campaign, there is going to be a little bit of, well, the possibility for errors are there of course, but I will rely on the sharp eye of all the viewers, which have in the past at least pointed me to several mistakes I made in my videos, so I can correct them and we can all play the game correctly after that. So it's a learning process for me as well. So I was thinking that, well, of course, because I haven't played it before, I would like to start with the first campaign, which is 1796 in Italy, northern Italy. So this was historically before Napoleon became emperor or ruler of France. So in this case he was though the commander of the army in northern Italy, but that army was not up to its standards. And in despite of that, he made a successful intervention and was able to establish a lot of small states in northern Italy. So that spiraled him. That was his first major victory as a general. With all these maps, there are also quite a lot of units. I mean, extremely many units, and they had 3 trays of units, and this is just one of them. It's filled to the brim with armies. So they're all quite thick counters. So the production value of this game is quite high playthrough. So let's set up the game and see how it works. So after you decide which campaign you're going to play, and we are playing 1796. We will just zoom in here on the setup instructions. The setup instructions, well, first of all, it gives an indication of scale. It bears no meaning again other than flavor. It also tells you how many supplies you have and how many supplies the enemy have, and where you start with your forces and which forces starts in which region, and what you need to do, well, in order to avoid defeat and in order to win. And it also gives an indication on battle plans or battle orders, if you like, and there's also some special rules here for this campaign. So that's basically it. So I think the first point we need to consider at least is supply points, and it say that France should have 3 supply points and the enemy should have 8. So then we take these barrel tokens, and we place them in the appropriate box. Supply points goes over here. So France get 3 and the enemy, he gets 8. So I just want to show you my units again. These are the units, well, these are some of the units. No, some of these are the units I will be using in this campaign, and I have sorted them according to year so that I can easily find them. The French 1796 I have here. These are all the French. This is Napoleon himself. And these are the, the Austrian forces, and these are Piedmont forces. Different nation, but still my enemy. And again, more Austrian forces. So these are all the units that I will be using in the 1796 campaign, in addition to some recruit reinforcements. The instructions tells us that France, the French forces, will be in Nice, and it will consist of these generals: Napoleon himself, and there's a different Napoleon for every year also. It will, and you have the general Overure, Serrière, Macquart, Garnier, Stengel, and so forth. And then I just have to find the chits with the appropriate year and the appropriate name, like Stengel here, and put them together with Napoleon in this. And this is how we set up the different forces. Piedmont will start in Savona with these units, and Austria in Genoa with these units. So let's place a stack of French here in Nice, together with Napoleon himself. Good luck, Monsieur. Let's hope you overcome and defeat your enemies. That is going to be up to us, I suspect. Something you need to be aware of: some of the names has a little number behind. It's Descartes. Here has the number 2. It means that there will be 2 counters that bears the name of Descartes. Presumably he commands 2 units. So Piedmont will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. Here are the 5 Piedmont units, and they are placed in Savona. Savona. Right, the Austrian unit goes in Genoa. There are 10 of them. There are some late arriving forces, a big pile of Austrian units, and they will come in Klagenfurt. They will be placed when French forces enter Lonato or Mantua. Mantua or Lonato. So when I cross here with the French forces into one of these regions, this stack of units will be available in Klagenfurt. I'm just keeping them there so that I remember it. The cities are not rendered defenseless, so in every city that the French holds at the beginning of the game, I also get to place 1 fortification and 1 garrison. So they will be placed here in Nice, together with Napoleon and his big stack of army. Unfortunately, the same is true for the enemy. So in every city that I do not hold, it will be a fortification and a garrison. In this game there's a special rule. It says that, well, the rule is called Fortress Mantua. So in Mantua, down here, there will be added an extra garrison and an extra fortification here in Mantua. And these units, fortification and garrisons, they do not move. So now we are nearly done. We need some markers. I'm going to place the recruit units here on the top. So these are units that I can buy. We'll see if I can afford them. I need to pay the battle cost. So this cannon costs 5, for instance, and there's this one costs 4, and that one costs 6. So I pay with supplies. So we'll see if I can afford them. I will keep them on top there, so I remember that I can buy them. In addition, I can buy any of my own units that are being eliminated from the game, and I can also buy extra fortifications and garrisons. Yeah, the rules also say that I need to place the enemy static forces to the side, but I like to keep them in the box. So if they are called upon, I can easily find them in the box. Okay, so the game also say that I should put these objective counters in the towns or the places that have been identified as objectives in the setup instructions. Objectives are Nice, which I hold already, Turin, Milan, Mantua and Klagenfurt. The enemy also has a big pile of recruits which are to be placed in a cup, so I can draw from if they are recruiting. I also need to take out the battle plan, the French battle plan counters and the French insight counters, which are orders that Napoleon only can give. And I need another cup to place the enemy battle plans in. Alright, I have my Moomin cup for the battle plan, well, the enemy battle plans. And I have another Moomin cup for the reinforcements. Okay, so that's ready now. We have our die. And we are ready to begin the campaign. I think that we will stop now and start the gameplay in the next episode. I hope to see you when we're playing through Field Commander Napoleon, the Italian campaign of 1796. See you in the next video.